me I'm the one you want. Tell me I'm the reason your heart beats and it won't stop. I wanna be the feeling you've been after all your life. Baby, is it too much to ask for a love just like that? The kind that never goes away. See forever in a day. I wanna be somebody who makes somebody else happy, happy.
find yourself a lover, and now you're bitter, so you cut off your hair. And some of your friends, you're losing another again. Oh, wouldn't you know, you're feeling broke out, shattered into a million pieces. You got doubts, but there is someone for you out there. You'll find out in time. So don't you lose yourself
いてるから汚くなったもんな。こっちの横がこっちのが使いやすい。
いいですよね。持ってる方も手に衝撃が、叩いてる方も手に衝撃が。
sky. Said friend, you know I love this city, but sometimes you have to excuse me. I let myself get lost up in my mind. And I go to my countryside, take some time, remember the night, sitting by the fire, leaning back, watching the red sky sunset. Let those bare feet sway and swing. Feel that warm breeze in that piece of my mind. My countryside.